Morning, everybody. Another coffee shop talk is don't be the chicken. So I'll take the story from Stalin that told his generals to go get him a chicken. So they brought a chicken to Stalin, and the story goes that Stalin plucked the feathers off the chicken, and it was bleeding and squawking and hollering, and fought to get out of his hands and jumped on the ground. And as the chicken ran away, all frustrated and pissed off from what just happened to him, he turned around and looked at Stalin, and Stalin then said, "Give me food and give me some water." And he put food and water down, and the chicken, like any animal, slowly come back because he was being fed and he was given water. Then Stalin reached down and gave him some warmth and picked him up and gave him warmth, and the chicken calmed down and became his friend. So the moral of the story is, as a human, we think like chickens. That was Stalin's story to his generals. You can pluck them, you can buck them, you can beat them down, you can inflate them, you can take their money away, you can undereducate them, you can whip them in the head, you can beat them and pluck them and make them feel worthless like a chicken. And then you turn around, you can give them food and you can give them water and give them warmth. And the same human being thinking like a chicken comes back and says, "You're the greatest thing since sliced cheese." I'm listening to what's going on in the news, and I listen to how we've been inflated, educated, taken away, this taken away, that taken away. And then I had to listen to a couple days ago about how we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to give you this. That's the pluck the chicken story, right? We pluck you, we buck you, I'm not going to use the other word, and we screw you, and we take it all away from you, and then we'll turn around and we'll figure out a way. We promise empty promises, and we're going to give it back to you, and we're going to return it to you, and we're going to give you this. That's pluck the chicken story. That's from Stalin. So Google Stalin and the chicken and listen to the story. Because Stalin and the leaders in the socialist company believe humans are like chickens. You can do all those evil things to them, and then as a leadership, you can give them things back, and then you're the greatest thing since sliced cheese. There's many, 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 many people that think that way. You can't be the chicken, right? You have to stand on your own. You can't go to work or around you or vote for people or be involved with people or be around people that pluck you all day. And just because they give you a little bit of kindness, or they hand you a piece of cheese, or they hand you milk, or they hand you bread, or they hand you meat, and they give you a little heat and warmth, and they give you a little bit of money and a handout, that now you're the chicken that think everything's okay, and you forget all the evil that was done to you. Don't be the chicken is my point today in the coffee shop talk. Stop being the chicken. Stand on your own and look at the reality and look at the facts of things that do to you, and be angry at those that do it, and hold that anger close to you, not in a violent way, but you hold it and you understand what you're going to do to fix it. But don't be the chicken because somebody hands you a buck, they're your best friend for the day, or they hand you just some food, or they cut you a deal on heating and cooling. Okay? Don't be the chicken. Look at the reality of it, how you got there and what's causing it to be there. That's my pitch to you. That's the moral of the story. Don't be a chicken. Look up the chicken, the Stalin story, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Relate that chicken mentality to who you are, what you do every day, and understand what others do to us or you, and then turn around and want to be your best friend. I lived in a home and I felt like a chicken. And I'll use this as a storyteller to tell you. My father was abusive. I don't care what everybody thought about him. I don't care. He was abusive. He was mentally damaging to us. I have two brothers that can't recover from it. They've been mentally damaged. They are the chicken. But because my father would do that, and then he would do favors for him, and then he would give them things, and he'd turn around and pluck them, and he'd beat them, and he would mentally challenge them, and he would just do nasty things to him. I can't even repeat some of the things he would have done or did and I saw, right? And then he'd give you food and water and make you the chicken, and you come back for more. My brothers came back for more. At 17 years old, I realized I was the chicken without even knowing the story. And I realized I can't be that chicken like my brothers. And I left. At 17 years old, I left with no education, went to boot camp, got on a train, in planes, true story, and I went all the way overseas to Italy, a country I never even knew of. Because I couldn't be the chicken. So people that treat you like a chicken and then come back and give you a little bit of food and water and shelter are not your friends. They're not the people you vote for. They're not the people that you emulate. They're not the people that you want to watch and Google over and put them on a high pedestal. There's a lot of people that will treat you like a chicken. And if you ain't careful, you'll go back to them thinking they're the greatest thing since sliced cheese. So don't be the chicken is the moral of the story. I gave you the reason why I left, because I felt like a chicken with my father. Abusive people, narcissistic people, people that are insecure with themselves will treat you like a chicken. They beat you, they pluck you, they F you, they do nasty things to you, and then they'll turn around and put their arm around you and say, I love you. You're the best guy. You work awesome. You're super. They use positive reinforcement to keep you within the chicken reach. Don't be the chicken. All right? Grow some feathers. Grow some cojones. Grow whatever you got to grow. And get out of the chicken cycle. That's Henry's Coffee Shop Talk today is don't be the chicken.